nha, cứ bình tĩnh vào, cứ bình tĩnh vào, cứ bình tĩnh vào. Ok. Session. Chơi bình tĩnh, cứ chuyện đầu nữa là nhé. Không gì bất bình cả các bạn ạ, không gì bất bình. Cái này là muốn như là block up chat nha. Đây là cái chat. Bây giờ mình muốn gọi là mình share cái stream này thì sao? Đây, share đây. Giờ mình để Zalo thì mình ta biết tới đúng không? Để tôi lên trên để tôi giới thiệu. Để là một số chương trình event trước khi nghỉ lễ đó, kiểu vậy. Để kêu mấy cái lớp khác vô coi rồi ủng hộ ha. Livestream thử nghiệm. Đủ người luôn. Các bạn khác ta lên tận ok. Ai thấy xong cảm thấy như là may mắn quá hả? Okay, shall we start, guys? Okay, I have to connect to this Bluetooth. Rồi, vô. Okay, guys, so here we go. We are on live. Okay, and this is the chat. Okay, hi, this one. This is the chat. Okay, so basically I programmed one AI to deal with speaking, not only speaking purposes, but also speaking assessments, right? This is like I'm logged in, and let's try the newly programmed AI that I have created. Okay, guys, we're going to look on into a screen to see what's going on. Speaking AI test. This one with many functions. Dĩ nhiên mình vô mình chào hỏi AI cho nó đưa ra một cái prompt cho mình. Okay, so say hi to it. All right, and have you created customized speaking session prompt for another chatbot? So basically, I will create a mock test. Okay, and 2. Okay, so it's have a function. I hit 2. Mỗi bạn sẽ có một cái test khác nhau hết ha. Okay, so target band score, target 6.5. Okay, please mark it. Please rate the speaking as is and fairly. Okay, so main challenges and assessing all 4 criteria. Ở đây là những cái requirements mà thầy sẽ kêu AI này sản xuất một cái prompt cho mình ha. So next thing, it has a subfunction. I'm saying 2. Rồi, bây giờ để một cái bạn sắp lên ha, bạn cũng khá là áp lực nên thầy sẽ cho Nghĩa chọn cái chủ đề là topic one ha, cho mình đỡ áp lực ha. Ok. Nhưng mà bây giờ chúng ta chỉ thầy sẽ đưa Nghĩa 11 cái, Nghĩa chọn một, sau đó là 10 cái, Nghĩa chọn một, sau đó 10 cái tiếp, Nghĩa chọn một ha. Ok. So, on where do you live thì bỏ ra đi ha. Work, study, shopping, weather, asking for help, childhood memories, staying at home, schools and workplace, or exciting activities, reading ebooks versus paper books, and news. So which one you want to choose? Work and study. Ok, rồi, một cái nha. Bây giờ 10 cái tiếp chúng ta coi mình nghĩ chọn gì nè. Alright. Ba chủ đề đi. Rồi, tiếp mà. So we have like news, breakfast, lifestyles, holidays, internet, morning routine, mobile phones, doing sport, daily routine, science, library, and peace. 21 library. Okay, library. All right, so I'm going to give him the next 10, which is from 21 to 30. Okay, right, 22 to 30 something. Key, jewelry, relaxation, weekends, numbers, art, aerospace, stars, t-shirts, staying up late, happy things, chocolate, weekends. Ngày chủ nhật của em luôn. Rồi. So now try to run it. And voila. Great choice. Then. Okay, so now I have received this one. Okay. Nó chưa ghi ba số phận à. I won the test with all 3 sections or parts. Ba phần rồi các bạn. 3 phần. Đấy, two. Ok, rồi sau khi chúng ta đã có tất cả thì thầy sẽ bỏ cái instruction này ra. Thầy sẽ ghi cái instruction này qua đây cho ChatGPT để nó biết nó sẽ làm gì, phải làm gì. Alright, so now I will use the mini one first because the mini one for all mini is for free and can be accessed by anyone. So I would try the free version here. Alright, rồi no. Would you like more specific test for? Alright. Okay, so bây giờ thầy sẽ rồi lên đấy Nghĩa, mời Nghĩa. Ok, chúng ta đừng để ý vô màn hình nữa đó. Chúng ta đừng để ý vô màn hình nữa. Rồi, mời Nghĩa thôi. Okay, so just answer loudly and make sure chatbot is working. Đừng ho, nó đừng căng thẳng vậy mà, đừng căng thẳng vậy. Testing. Okay, can you simulate the test right now?
You're welcome. If you need any more assistance or guidance, feel free to ask. Good luck with your Ielts practice and everything else you're working on.
Okay, now start the test.
Sure, let's begin. Tell me about your work or study. What do you do for a living, or are you currently studying?
Can you repeat?
Okay, so it is asking whether are you a student or you are at work.
Take your time.
No. Yeah, no. I am a student and I'm grade 11 and yeah.
So you're a student in grade 11. Okay, so don't be so tense. Okay, just chill. Okay. So you say you are in grade 11, right?
Got it. We'll keep it chill. So, how's your student doing in grade 11? Anything they're particularly interested in or working on these days?
So what are you typically did in grade 11? Because like grade 11 was over for you, right? So can you tell me like your routine every day? What was it like?
Um, I think my routine is very far because I'm 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 usually learn and I don't know too much. But I have in the weekend I have some time to play sport and entertain by game or movie.
Okay, you get entertained by playing games or watching movies. That's great to hear.
It sounds like you're balancing things out well. Even if you're focused on learning most of the time, having those weekends to take a walk and relax really helps, right? Do you have any favorite places you like to go for a walk?
Do you have any favorite places that you would like to go for a walk?
Yeah. I think if I if that is if I learning at school, I think library is the best place I learn something like English or math because uh, that place is very quiet and I think I can focus on 100% to do something.
But I think your answer is a little bit off because the AI actually asked where is the place that you would like to take a walk. This is like taking a stroll in a park, walk.
Yeah. Um, yeah. I think that in yeah, I think that is my in the park. It has the park. Uh, it has suitable atmosphere so I work and I can listen music to yeah, relieve stress.
Okay, okay, so don't be so stressed out. Alright.
Thanks for the clarification. You're right. The AI asked about taking a walk, and I understand the difference now. So when you're out for a stroll, do you prefer a quiet park or maybe somewhere with more people and activities? And yes, let's keep it relaxed.
So you prefer a quiet place or a park with more people? With is crowded?
Um, I think I like uh, quiet place more than um, more than crowded place because I think I feel more peace when I go quiet place and it has and I can concentrate to what I do and I'm not announce
Okay, that's fine, that's fine.
I totally get that. A quiet place can really help you find some peace and focus. It feels nice to just be in the moment without any distractions. Do you have a favorite quiet spot that you go to when you need to relax?
So can you tell me the name of the park that you usually go to when you need relaxation?
I think that is how they talk.
Mm-hmm. So what's about Thailand?
because in the town park it has people who play badminton or shuttlecock, and although I don't like round, but I can play that sport and I can that people can help me play.
Okay, so the people help improve your skill, right?
Ah, Cowden Park sounds like it has a nice mix of activities, but I get what you mean. Sometimes when you're just trying to relax, having people around playing sports can be a bit distracting, especially if they're not helping you improve your skills. Do you ever find a quieter spot in the park to relax, or do you prefer to stay active with those games?
So when you tend to switch activities from playing badminton to, let's say, study, do you find another quiet spot to do so?
And can you explain?
Alright, so Downtown Park is popular for sport activities like playing badminton, right? So it will eventually be noisy if you want to find more appropriate place for study. So did you do so when you wanted to study? Whether you found a new place to study, or you just stay there?
Um, I think that is the national park is a in the playground of little ground of my school. That is a place also suitable for work for study and also suitable to play sport and is that I have many friends to play.
Alright, so which means like you refer your schoolyard.
It sounds like you've found the balance between active sports and finding quiet spots when you need them, like at Cowden Park. If the park starts to get noisy with activities like badminton, I guess it's all about finding that middle ground where you can still enjoy your time, whether it's for work, study, or just relaxation. So, when you need a change of scene, do you usually explore new places or do you tend to stick to the same spot?
So if you want to change of scene, a change of scenes means find something new, find something like more refreshed. Would you rather stay in one place, or particularly you will venture into some other places for a breath of fresh air?
Um, I think that I want to go to
So are you more an adaptive person, or you constantly want to stay the same, or you would be able to be a brand new you? Are you?
I think although I like the same thing more than new change, but something change can help me feel better.
Mhm.
Like for example, if I have breakfast too much, I will be bored, and I think uh, new new dishes it can help me feel better in to begin a day.
All right. So you keep feeling that we always need to get a new fresh change in our life, right? In order to be interested in something new. Okay. Yeah, definitely.
It's great that you recognize the balance between sticking to familiar things and embracing change when needed. A little refresh can really help break the routine and bring in new energy, right? Whether it's trying new dishes or exploring different places, it keeps life interesting. Do you have any recent changes or new experiences that made you feel more energized or inspired?
Okay, so after this answer, please skip to the next part of the IELTS test, part two. That you can answer it. All right. So it's asking about changes. It's asking about changes. So it means like, do you have any recent changes or new experiences that you feel more energized or inspired? So recently, have you had any changes?
Yeah. Yes, I think that. But I before I always think that learning is the on learning is the best way to be success. But uh, learn, so the learning being more stressful with me, and I think I play sport that is a change. But when I play, I have uh, less time to learning. But I think that's the important change to make me feel better.
Oh, I did forget that you are now grade 11, right? But last year was in grade 10, right? Sorry for that.
It's great that you're finding a balance between learning and playing sports. That change seems to have brought some much needed energy and relaxation into your routine. Now let's move on to part two of the IELTS speaking practice. Here's your next prompt. Describe a memorable event in your life. You should say what the event was, when and where it happened, who was involved, and explain why it was memorable for you. Take your time to think about it. And when you're ready, go ahead and share your story.
All right, so now you will have 1 minute to prepare for the answer. You can look up to the screen. That would be describe memory, a memorable event in your life. Is a sex what the event was, when and where it happened, who was involved, and explain why it was memorable for you. Okay, so take your time. You have 1 minute, and when I stop you, you can start speaking. And while speaking, you may be stopped again, but all right. Until then, just feel free talking as much as you want. All right. So now you have 1 minute. Well, it seems like I got the wrong AI for you. Oh, Alexa. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready, guys? So let's begin. Yeah, you can start talking now here.
Yes. Um, I think that when I work very well, I have a chance to go to the zoo, and I think that is a memorable event because that is the first time I can see many animals in real life. Before that, I can learn it on the book, and it's, it's not reality. And it has, I think that is the memorable event because not only animal, I think I have a chance to feed, feed for them, and I can, and I think that is, uh, I think that is a best chance to I can know more about the animal world, and I think that is the best way to learn something than only learning on the book. Yeah.
So is that it? No more to say? Okay, thanks.
That sounds like a really special memory. Seeing animals up close for the first time, especially when you're young, can be such an exciting experience. And getting to feed them too. Wow, that must have made it even more memorable. Thanks for sharing that story. If you're ready, we can move on to part three. Let's dive into some deeper questions. Here's the first one. How do you think people's jobs will change in the future? Take your time to think about it and share your thoughts when you're ready.
So, talk about people job. How do you think people jobs will change in the future?
Yeah, I think that depends on their dream. If when a people, when a person, a child, was a child, they have a dream about police because it's very cool, or a police or firefighter because it's very cool. But uh, when they grow and they grow, the pressure of money will change thinking of them,
Mm-hmm.
and they will choose other jobs like office worker or boring job, another boring job that can help them earn money to um, yeah, to live.
To make their ends meet, right? So they can survive the days. Right.
That's a thoughtful answer. It's true that as people grow up, their dreams often shift due to practical concerns, like the need to earn money and support themselves. The reality of balancing personal aspirations with the pressures of life can definitely impact the jobs people choose. It sounds like you believe that in the future, many people will continue to prioritize stability and financial security over their childhood dreams. Do you think that technology or other developments might also play a role in changing jobs in the future? Or do you think it will mostly be about these practical concerns? Let's explore that idea further.
Okay. Can you discuss more upon technologies and new developments might get into the scene, interference to job changing, or are there any other factors which make people think about switching to a new job?
Can you explain more?
Okay, so we are experiencing the new era of technological development with AIs and machine learning and such. Do you think they are the main factors that makes people think about job changing in the future?
Yeah, yes, I think that is a reason to um, changing job or keep a person. But I think that's only a risk because um, the, the new job cannot bring a the stable money for them because it is nothing can be sure for them to that job can be more effective and bring more money for them to make life. And but I yes, but
Okay,
I think the
okay.
development.
You bring up a valid point. While technology like AI and machine learning are rapidly advancing, not everyone will feel secure enough to shift into these new job roles, especially if there's uncertainty about stability and income. Many people might be hesitant to switch jobs if they can't be sure it will provide for them financially, even if the new role might be more exciting or future oriented. That said, technology could still lead to a lot of changes in existing jobs. For example, automation might replace some repetitive tasks, leading people to focus more on creative or problem solving skills. And yes, while new jobs in technology fields could offer higher pay, it could take time for people to feel confident about pursuing those opportunities. What do you think about this balance between excitement and stability in future job choices? Do you think more people will take the risk, or will they stick to safer options?
All right, so what do you think about this balance between excitement and stability in future job choices? So do you think more young people like you will take a risk, or will they stick to safer options? So this is the last question before we rate your performance.
I think it depends too much on the thinking of many people. Many people choose the risk because it may have a chance to bring for them many money or excellent work, but other people they will choose stability because also I think safety is very important because if you risk you can lose everything uh, you have now and I think it I think safe is better way.
So this is the end of the IELTS test for candidate named Nghĩa. So wait for my input for the guidelines of marking. This is the final test for the students. Okay, you can leave.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts. It sounds like Nia values,
Oh, this is the internet problem.
but also
Come on.
of potential rewards that comes with taking risks.
So you alone.
This is a very balanced perspective, especially considering the uncertainties that come with future jobs and technological changes. Now I'll move on to evaluating Dia's responses based on the IELTS marking criteria. IELTS speaking feedback overall band score 5.0.
Okay. You wouldn't want to have a look at it, right? Anyway, do you want to hear it, or I will send to you privately? Okay. But it is an experiment for to see whether the AI has given the accurate marking for Nghĩa. All right, so Nghĩa, it is like a sacrifice for the sake of science. Okay, for the sake of science. So you can learn from the arrows, and your friends can learn from them too. All right, so you guys can have a look here. So yeah, I will give Nghĩa additional 0.5 for encouragement. All right, but his actual performance is around band 5, and here's the explanation. Okay, so for in terms of fluency and coherence, you can maintain a basic flow of speech and express ideas clearly, but there are some pauses and hesitations that affect the fluencies. Um, if you take into consideration that my interference to help Nghĩa connected ideas and understand a question, that is also one big factor which may bring your score down, especially in part one of the IELTS speaking. If you ask too much for the re-explanation of the examiner, then he or she may think you are juggling with the language. That may bring your score down, right? Although there is no rule in IELTS speaking which bans you from asking a question, but doing it too much will prove to the examiner that you are juggling with the language. Ok, thầy ơi, thầy nói về cái gì một chút ha. Đó là nếu mà trong phần fluency and coherence á, không có một cái luật nào mà cấm chúng ta hỏi lại giám khảo về cái câu hỏi hết. Nhưng nếu mình làm điều này trong phần số 1, tức là cái phần mở đầu á, một cái phần rất là dễ mà chúng ta hỏi giám khảo lặp lại câu hỏi nhiều quá, thì chắc chắn là người ta sẽ có một cái suy nghĩ là mình đang có vấn đề về ngôn ngữ, mình không hiểu, đúng không? Thì nó sẽ ảnh hưởng đến điểm speaking của mình. Vậy thì ở đây chúng ta chưa có đem cái khía cạnh nó vào để nói, nhưng mà trong kỳ thi thật thì chúng ta có thể bị gặp vấn đề đó nha. Là cái điểm nó sẽ là điểm trừ. Ideas are connected logically, but could be developed further to enhance coherence. So, which means like your ideas are, I would say, are rather shallow. You gave some superficial thought, but you didn't develop your idea to be more detailed, to be more insightful by giving more examples, explanation, and clarification, of course. All right. So think about it too. Nghĩa uses a range of everyday vocabulary. Okay, so now about lexical resources. Nghĩa uses a range of everyday vocabulary appropriately, though the use of more varied and precise vocabulary would improve the score. There were occasional repetitions of words like risk and safety, which could be enhanced with synonyms or more advanced expressions. Okay, so in terms of lexical resource, although I always say you guys must prioritize fluency. However, okay, but I mean, like in some cases, if you overuse words and repeat them over and over again, it proves that you lack power to produce, rich range of vocabulary. Vậy thì ở đây là vấn đề về từ vựng ha, vấn đề từ vựng thì như thầy đã nói là mình sẽ được xét ở những tiêu chí nào? Topic based, right? Paraphrases, relevancies, đúng không? Nó phải đúng chủ đề, nó phải liên quan và nó phải đa dạng và chính xác, đúng không? Ok, nhưng mà ở đây bạn gặp với một cái việc là bạn lặp lại từ quá nhiều và những cái từ nó rất là đơn giản luôn, bạn không có một cái higher band lexical items nào cả. Ok, đó là thầy thấy reward friend file cũng là đúng ha. Rồi ở đây cái grammar là một thứ gì đó nó vô hình. Ok, trong cái kỳ thi IELTS nó vô hình với mắt chúng ta thôi, nhưng nó hiện diện khắp nơi ở writing và ở speaking luôn. Ở speaking thì nó gặp một cái trở ngại là gì ạ? You used most basic grammar and you didn't use them accurately. Bạn dùng rất là nhiều cấu trúc đơn nhưng mà bạn không dùng đúng nó kìa. Đúng không? Thì như thầy đã nói là nếu bạn dùng đa phần là cấu trúc đơn, tức là những cấu trúc đơn giản, chúng ta không có câu phức, no complex sentences, no compound sentences, no relative clauses, no other adverbial phrases or adverbial clauses to or even clap sentences. You lack all of those, right? And even so, even your grammatical structure are mostly simple. They are also faulty. I would say there were a lot of errors in sentence construction. Many money có đến một là ok. Alright, mình nhớ luôn. Ok. Rồi. Nhưng mà lời khuyên của thầy ở đây là chúng ta chưa vội đi tới complex structure khi mà cái symbol, cái này là trong phần nói ha, mặc dù là ở trong writing thì mình có nhiều thời gian hơn để mình have a look at them and go back to correct your own errors. Thì ở trong speaking mình không có một cái cơ hội làm điều đó, đúng không? Vì làm điều đó nhiều lần nó sẽ gây ra cái ảnh hưởng tập fluency, nên chúng ta không còn lựa chọn nào khác, đó là chúng ta phải làm sao tập nói những câu đơn giản trước đi, câu error free sentences trước đi ha, rồi sau đó thì chúng ta mới nâng cấp lên từ từ. Rồi và có một cái lời khuyên này nữa, ở những cái trung tâm khác hay là những cái nơi IELTS khác thì người ta hay gọi, người ta kêu các bạn sẽ là if you detect your errors while speaking, you return, you come back to the previous speech and say sorry, I meant blah 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 to recorrect yourself. But to me, you can do it some of the times. Like, okay, let me like high advanced, high level. Đang live stream luôn á. Okay. Alright, so I mean like high tier level users, they're capable of making sure their speech fluent. They can go back and correct your speech. and they do it very early once they realize that they created some mistakes. They make some mistakes. They would do so eventually. Nhưng mà nếu mà đối với chúng ta chưa có được cái feel ngôn ngữ á, thì nó sẽ rất là awkward luôn khi mà bạn nói tới gọi là xa lắm rồi bạn mới nhận ra được cái lỗi, đúng không? Thì lúc đó mình quay lại thì nó phá hỏng nguyên cái structure của cái speech của mình rồi, đúng không? Thì điều đó không còn hiệu quả nữa. Bạn tưởng tượng ví dụ mà thầy nói là basic grammar structures is used, thay vì is used correctly, but you mean like there is some errors. Oh, sorry, I mean is used correct. So, bây giờ này nó đâu có còn nghĩa lý, nó quay lại quá trễ rồi. I mean are used correctly đó thì nó quá trễ. Đó, những người dùng cao cấp thì người ta gọi là người dùng và những thí sinh á, người ta ở điểm cao á, người ta có thể hiểu được cái điều đó và người ta quay lại xử rất là nhanh chóng. Ví dụ như thầy nhận ra lỗi, thầy sẽ quay lại liền thì nó nghe rất là tự nhiên. Ví dụ thầy nói well, you know, like basic grammar structure is used correctly. I mean are used correctly. Ok, nó sẽ rất nhanh như vậy. Chứ nếu mà chúng ta đi một hồi lâu, chúng ta chết bàn trước chúng ta sai rồi làm sao đây, tạo tâm lý lo lắng cho những cái tiếp theo. Và cái thứ hai nữa là nó rất là awkward khi mà chúng ta quay lại sự từ đó. Vậy thì bây giờ sai thì chịu, ở chỗ này sai thì chịu, tại vì sai á chắc chắn là giám khảo sẽ nghe được hết rồi người ta sẽ tính vô lỗi sai rồi, chúng ta chỉ còn có thể khắc phục trong lúc practice thôi. Chứ còn nếu mà tâm lý các bạn đi thi mà các bạn cứ quay lại sửa thì nguyên cái bài mà nó rất là vấp váp, nó không ra gì cả. Rồi pronunciation nó cũng sẽ là band 5 luôn rồi. Generally understandable, few moments where clarity could be improved. Tức là thằng này nó thầy chỉ biết diễn tả vậy thôi, nghĩa là nó nói trong họng rồi nó cà giật trong cái nó không tạo một cái intonation là rõ ràng á, đúng không? Clarity rất là quan trọng trong speaking, thì bạn có phải là có Vietnamese nó này nào, ôi rồi ôi đây là để cho phụ huynh đọc summary in Vietnamese. Chúc mừng rồi, ok. Thanks again, Nghĩa, and keep practicing. Okay, all right. So now a new student, Tan. So I also offer you a welcoming service like I did with Nghĩa. I will give you an opportunity to thôi, thằng này đâu được phúc lợi gì nữa, người đầu thôi chứ từ thứ hai là phúc lợi gì, cho lựa topic nữa kỳ. Okay. Now, okay, start a new information collection. This is for a new student mock test. Rồi thầy sẽ cho chạy lại cái gọi là select những câu hỏi. Okay, first please select your preferred mode of practice. Mình giờ có một cái offer này nè, đó là do you want mock test or you want mock test with guidance? Mock test with guidance thì mình được điểm cao thì sẽ trừ nửa điểm xuống. Mock test with guidance nghĩa là nó vừa hướng dẫn mà vừa test, nghĩa là có tư vấn nhóm tư vấn này nè, rồi bạn nên nói như thế này nè, không ví dụ như là bây giờ mình mock test with guidance mình được 7 chấm đi thì mình được 6.5, đúng không? Còn nếu là mock test không á thì mình được 5 nhân nghĩa đó, thì mình cũng là 5 thôi. Không đủ quyến rũ với mình không đủ hấp dẫn với mình ok, vậy mình vẫn đi với mock test rồi. Ok, mock test rồi, here you go, mock test luôn. Nãy giờ kênh mình livestream ai coi vậy? Trời ơi, không một ai coi luôn. Vô coi ủng hộ, vô coi ủng hộ. Gì vô cái vô report. Tụi nó livestream mình report này kỳ vậy. Trời. Gì mà livestream mà đi report, trời ơi. Ủa? lỡ lát thằng Thanh nó cũng không, nó không kháng mình đâu, bảo đảm. Ok. Mock test. Rồi bây giờ Thanh hy vọng là mình sẽ có một cái đột phá của ngày hôm nay Thanh ha. I hope you love not so. Rồi bây giờ bắt đầu nó sẽ hỏi Thanh tiếp là mình có một cái target band score bao nhiêu mà mình dự định mình sẽ được band điểm bao nhiêu ạ Thanh? Mình đang livestream, mình tạo không khí chứ bây giờ Thanh nói gì chọn đây mà no market random right, không có đoạn đại nữa mà. Ok, mark as if well I will test. Ok. Theo Thanh thì cho thầy phỏng vấn Thanh nghĩ mình đang ở bên điểm mấy thì speaking Thanh nhá. Mình đang ở một cái tầm 4.5. Vậy thì bây giờ chúng ta xem coi là cái level mình có được thăng hoa trong cái buổi speaking ngày hôm nay không nha. Ok. Thanh ok, nó là Thanh current level. Yeah, I think so too. You are around 4.5. Okay. Is about Polygon band 5. Is S band 5. Rồi. Vậy thì thầy thấy là Thanh là yếu nhất là những điểm gì nhỉ? Thầy thấy Thanh yếu nhất là cái chỗ là fluency, vocabulary và pronunciation ha. Ok. Đó là Thanh challenges are fluency, pronunciation, and grammar. Cái gì Thanh nói gì khó nghe vậy? Hả Thanh? Để tôi mời mọi người vô livestream có ủng hộ ha. Vì bọn bên cơ là ta chửi nha. Không, cái này từ tài khoản chính của tôi mở rồi. Chứ anh đăng ký rồi. Mới lập ngày hôm kia mà 24 tiếng người ta mới cho livestream một kỳ. Cái này sao? Rồi, now I will let you choose the topic for speaking, đúng không? Bây giờ thầy sẽ cho Thanh lựa những cái khoảng ở dưới ha. Đấy. Rồi, hồi nãy là nghĩ là lựa tới chỗ rồi bây giờ Thanh nha. Jewelry, relaxation, weekends, numbers, art, outer space and stars. T-shirt, staying up late, happy things, chocolate, pen and pencil. Chơi gì đây? Stay up late, đúng là một cái sở thích quái đản của giới trẻ các bạn ha. Ok, và cũng là của tôi luôn, không sao cả. Ok, next thing hả? Bây giờ thầy cũng rất là nhân từ ha, một người giáo viên nhân từ đi. Thì từ stay up late thầy sẽ cho Thanh lựa số tiếp. Rồi, happy things, chocolate, pen and pencil, language, sharing, small businesses, a city you live in, video games, the era you live in, fun classes and social media. Mình lựa chọn cái gia vị cuộc sống mình đi. Vâng, hai cái gì để tôi lựa luôn cho. Social media, the area you live in, nó không có gì để nói đâu. Cái khu mình nhìn mặt mình là biết khu mình sống nó nhàm chán thế nào rồi. Okay. Alright. Okay. I was joking about his neighborhood. Okay. Lên trên đây mình phải sensitive đúng không? Ok. Chứ không là YouTube nó ban mình mất. All right, so now the last one, singing, money, memory, hometown, home and accommodation, feeling bored, right places, colors, collectible things, celebrity news, and cakes. Lựa đi. Rồi, tôi nói rồi, cái khu mình sống nó cũng không có gì nhiều để nói, thì cái nhà mình chắc cũng có nhiều gì để nói. Ok, rồi không sao, cái này là mình đã cho bạn cơ hội rồi đúng không? Thì ok, that should be the selection for part 2. Rồi bây giờ nó sẽ section 2, section 3 topics. Rồi cái này section 2 là nó tự lựa cho Thanh luôn đó nha. Random topics. Ủa, memorable trip hoài à? Ủa, không phải là hồi nãy khác không? Nghĩa nãy là memorable event phải không? Cái này trip là khác không? Trường giống nhau cái gì? Thằng kia nãy là miêu tả gì? Phải không? Cái nãy chuyến đi hả? Hai thằng này bởi vậy. Nè, gì chuyến đi người ta khác. Rồi. Bắt đầu chưa mình lên cung đấu nè. Kiếm hiệp gì? Không kiếm hiệp gì trơn á. Bình tĩnh, đấy. Cuộc sống mà. Cái gì? Hơi lạnh mình lên với lên đây có hơi ấm tình người ha. Mình lên đây hơi ấm tình người nha. Rồi, the new tab, the new candidate name Thanh. Rồi lát là Thanh cầm sổ điểm xuống cho mẹ coi luôn nha. Thì hãy làm mẹ ở nhà tự hào. Cái gì? Hãy làm mẹ ở nhà tự hào nha. Qua cái section biểu diễn này của mình. Không có gì á, chắc là do lòng người nó lạnh thôi. Ok, bây giờ AI đã nhận lệnh và chuẩn bị thi triển cuộc hành hình. Cuộc thi này nhé, cuộc thi này. Ông đừng nhìn lên đây nữa, ở đây là cho khán giả ta nhìn rồi mình cũng biết câu đầu từ của mình là gì rồi đúng không? Stand up late, here we go, Pan. How often do you stay up late and what do you tend to do when you are staying up late? Rồi bây giờ Thanh. Okay, you can start.
Actually, I am a night owl. I stay up late very frequently, and my favorite activity when I stay up late is watching movies. So often like watch for until midnight or around the next day because after a hard working day, I want to like rest and
so let your head down and such. Right. I think you're improving.
That sounds like a great way to unwind after a long day. Watching movies late at night can be really relaxing, especially when you just need to let your hair down. Do you have a favorite genre or any recent movies you've really enjoyed?
I often watch like cartoon or anime because some of my favorite that figure, some of my favorite
To be honest,
figure often like the show usually at night and I have to
show
stay
at night.
stay late so to watch it and enjoy it.
Makes sense to me. The shows at night are not so appropriate for children like you, are they?
Cartoons and anime can be really fun to watch, especially if they feature your favorite characters. It's cool that you find time to enjoy them, even if it's late at night. I guess some shows can be a bit more suited for older audiences, especially those late night ones. Do you have any favorites? Or maybe a specific series that you always go back to?
Let's elaborate on your favorite one. Just tell me a series,
I don't really have a favorite one,
but you have.
but the most favorite,
So the reason was
yeah, but the one I recently watched,
I recently watched.
is
Just name it, let me see.
Losing Henry. We talk about it, living years in romance, daily daily life,
Mm-hmm.
and the main character gives them like gives them a chance to behave themselves. Yeah.
Wonderful.
That sounds interesting. A show that mixes romance with daily life and gives the main character a chance to grow and behave differently. Those kinds of series can be really engaging. They often dive into personal development and relationships, which can make them relatable and enjoyable to watch. If you've been watching it lately, do you find the characters and their stories inspiring? Or maybe even a bit like real life? What's something you've enjoyed about it so far?
Can you make it into
Okay, so you've been watching it lately. So do you find the characters and their stories inspiring, or maybe even a bit like real life? What's something you enjoyed about it so far? About the movie or the series that you told us?
when I watch this kind of entertainment, I, I feel myself in it. I see myself in it. And sometimes I feel myself in it, but like
Okay, I think that's it. You, okay, so now let's switch to a new topic.
I totally get that. Sometimes a show can really draw you in and make you feel connected to the characters or the story. It's great that you can immerse yourself in it. All right, let's switch things up. What new topic would you like to dive into next?
Social
I'm ready
media.
whenever you are.
Yeah, let's talk about social media.
Social media is such a big part of our lives these days. There's a lot to talk about. Do you find yourself using it often? Maybe for connecting with friends, keeping up with trends, or even just for entertainment? What's your take on the role social media plays in your daily life?
All right, so let's describe your social media uses for every day.
con lại đang bị bắt ngộ lắm. I use social media platform every day such as Facebook, TikTok, and it makes me feel happy and comfortable.
So what kind of things that you do on TikTok and platforms like Facebook and YouTube?
I follow like knowledge page like biology or chemistry
Mhm.
page. They give me good information for my study, but besides also uh, I also follow games or sport. I find it interesting.
Okay, great.
That's a great mix. It's cool that you use social media not only for entertainment, but also to support your studies by following content on biology and chemistry. Esports and games can definitely help you unwind too. Do you have a favorite game or esports team that you follow closely?
Let's talk about the esport and game streamer channels that you follow. Don't say don't miss it.
Okay. Um, you know that I often stay up late, so
Yes.
I watch don't miss it. It is he's a famous swimmer in my country.
Mm-hmm.
And also his swim is not for it's usually for adults. Not
So
for
he
children.
has some dark jokes, right?
Yeah, and it's not suitable for me. But I find it great, and we often share
Okay,
his
so
life
among teenagers, he's famous for his being hilarious, right? Okay, that's right.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Streamers like Mountain Ager, who bring humor into their content, can make watching even more entertaining, especially when it's late at night and you're looking for something to keep you engaged. Those dark jokes can be a bit different, but if they resonate with you, that's what makes it enjoyable. Do you ever try to join in the conversation during the stream, or do you just enjoy watching and sharing the highlights?
Or so have you ever jumped in the conversation or be a be the guest of the host? Um, have you ever?
I used to donate him about $20,000.
Okay,
And
so why don't you donate to me then? Okay, I'm having a channel too. Okay, you should donate to my channel. Okay, it is more helpful. And this channel is newly created. You should support the new streamer like me. Okay, okay. So now you should switch to the next part of the IELTS speaking. Nói nữa. Được rồi, đủ rồi, đủ rồi.
That sounds like an interesting experience. It must have been cool to interact with the streamers you enjoy watching. It's also great that you're supporting new creators and channels. It's always fun to see them grow. Now let's move on to the next part of the conversation or topic. What's on your mind? Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Did not understand what you said.
Okay, now part two of the IELTS speaking, please.
Great. Let's move on to part two of the speaking practice. Here's your next prompt. Describe a memorable event in your life. You should say what the event was, when and where it happened.
Excuse me, can you switch to a new topic for part two because this one has been answered by Nia already. Can you switch to a new topic for part two because this has been answered by Nia already? Hello, are you there? Knock knock. Alright, okay, maybe the connection then. Can you change to a new topic because this one has been answered by another candidate whose name is Nia.
Sure. Let's go with a new topic for part two. Here's your new prompt. Describe a time when you helped someone. You should say who you helped, what the situation was, how you helped them, and explain how you felt about it. Feel free to take your time and share your experience when you're ready.
So, Long Nghĩa, I have one notice for you before you take note. You have 1 minute for take a note, and after 1 minute, you have to start talking in 2 minutes. Don't stop until you are told to do so. Okay, describe a time when you helped someone, and you should say who you helped, what the situation was, how you helped them, and explain how you felt about it. Your 1 minute starting now. nổi mà thiên thời địa lợi nó phản đối mình. Cố gắng nha, nhiều khi lấy được 6 chấm nè, 6.5. Hy vọng vậy không? Sao được không? Không được hả? Không hy vọng hả? Không hy vọng nhiều ấy. Chuẩn bị tốt không? Ghi thấy nhiều á, thấy ghi nhiều. Hy vọng là okay, Tom. So I mean, you can start talking now.
To begin, I would say if I hadn't taken the trip to Đà Lạt with my classmates in grade 9, I wouldn't have had a chance to help to deal with situation. This is about when I was on a trip to go to Đà Lạt with my friends. At that time, if I remember right, I was in grade 9.
Yeah, you mentioned it.
Yeah, when we were on the street, like everyone go, like this is in free time, and everyone could go outside and play. And I did it too. And when and then I saw a primary student. I don't know, like he had an injury on his knee.
Okay, injury, knee.
And he lost his parents. He said it was his mom. So I carried him to the ward and bought for him an ice cream.
Okay. So how old was the student?
He's not very interested to his life, but the children were not small. At the so I wait with him. At the
So
end,
did you call the ambulance or did you call the hospital?
No, I didn't. I carried him to the wall. And wait and told the girl that he lost his parents. And he had at the entrance. In the end, his mom found him and like thank me so much. I feel very proud of myself that I could have children like that.
Okay, but this is my curiosity that you said that his loss of his parents, but then you told me about his mom, a parent. Okay, but I heard this is his parents, so I thought that he lost both of his parents. All right, so why didn't you say that he lost his father then? Well, that's just my curiosity. Don't worry.
It sounds like you had a very meaningful experience where you were able to help someone in need, even though it must have been a bit confusing at the time. The situation you described with the primary student and how you carried him to the ward and waited until his mom found him shows how much you cared and how you took responsibility in a tough moment. It's understandable that the details might have been a bit unclear in the heat of the moment, especially with the stress of the situation. But what matters is that you were there to help when someone really needed it. That's something to be proud of. If you'd like to reflect more on that experience or dive into another topic, just let me know.
All right, now part 3 of the speaking before we can evaluate his performance.
Great. Let's move on to part 3 of the speaking practice. Here's the next set of questions. 1. How important do you think it is for people to help others in their community? 2. What challenges do people face when they try to help others?
No, you go one at a time. Okay, wait for the answer from the students before going to the next one. Hey, are you there? All right, so number one, how important, okay, so I will not, no, listen, how important do you think it is for people to help others in their community? Okay, how important it is for people living in the same community to help each other?
Nowadays, people often busy with their work,
Mm-hmm.
don't really care about the other, but I think it is important just to a little bit care of another one,
Mm-hmm. Great.
because like also it when you like helping someone does not take any advantages to yourself, but it may like give them no give yourself a, a
So you feel benevolent, you feel being kind, will give you a boost in your into having reason to live.
when a person came to you, it gives you
Okay, so it boosts your morale, right? Okay, it boosts your spirit up. You feel lively again. You feel benevolent and such, right? Okay. So remember, asking one question at a time and wait for the student answer.
That's a great perspective. Helping others, even in small ways, can definitely lift your spirit and make you feel more connected to your community. It doesn't always have to be about big gestures. Even small acts of kindness can make a difference. Now, here's the next question. What challenges do people face when they try to help others? Take your time to think about it and then share your thoughts when you're ready.
like I said before, when people want to help another one, they often say that if I help them or she or her, like, is it bring back to me any benefit
Mm-hmm.
or any danger thing, and like they don't want to help anymore if they say about it. So which means
Which would already confused me, to be honest. What you are trying to say here? So what challenges do you face when they try to help others? Do they get into any dangerous situation? For example, like if I go against higher up in one company or in one organization, whether my act of benevolence could bring me out of a job or could harm me in any way. So do those people like me having that kind of issues when it comes to helping others?
yes,
So when helping another, what kind of criteria should we bring into consideration when helping others? Do we people have that kind of measures when it comes to helping people? So it's too much for you. Right?
I see where you're coming from. You're pointing out that sometimes people hesitate to help others because they might worry about the risks or consequences, like losing a job or getting into trouble. It's a valid concern. When helping someone could potentially harm your own situation, it becomes a difficult decision. People may also wonder if their help will truly make a difference or if it could lead to unintended problems. In these situations, people often weigh the benefits and the risks, which can make helping others a more complicated choice. Sometimes the fear of danger or negative consequences can hold people back, even if they want to do something good. Now, let's move on to the final question. Do you think people today are more or less willing to help others compared to the past? Why? Feel free to share your thoughts when you're ready.
Okay, so making comparison between the willingness to help of people nowadays and people in the past.
In history, in the world, people have to together to fight against an enemy.
Mhm.
That is the reason why they built a, a method to help other people. But nowadays we are in a peaceful life, and everybody get in work and don't care about uh, other very much. So this means in history, people are more of their carer than now.
All right, so they tend to be a caretaker when it comes to having the same enemies, or maybe we gotta have one same mentality to right, to build up a spirit upon when at the time of war. You mentioned people tend to help each other a lot compared to nowadays when everything is just like an ordinary day, peaceful, and goes on, right? So there's no much thing that people have to fight against. That's why there's no help. All right, makes sense to me.
That's a very insightful comparison. In the past, when people faced a common threat, like during times of war, they often came together to help one another because they had a shared purpose or enemy. This collective spirit made people more willing to support each other. Nowadays, with life being more peaceful and focused on individual pursuits like work, that strong sense of community help can sometimes fade away. People might feel like they don't have as much of a reason to step in and assist others. It's an interesting observation that in times of crisis, people tend to unite and help. But in more peaceful times, that willingness can decrease as life becomes more routine. It really makes me think about what motivates people to be more active in their communities. Now that we've completed part three, let's move on to the evaluation. I'll go ahead and assess your responses across the different criteria. Ready?
Okay, now let's evaluate Tom's performance accurately based on four speaking criteria.
I have speaking feedback for Tom. Overall band score 5.5. Fluency and coherence, band 5.5. Strength. Tom was able to express his ideas clearly and respond to questions with relevant details. His answers were generally coherent, and he connected ideas logically. He
Yeah.
also responded well to follow-up questions. Areas to improve. There were occasional pauses and hesitation,
All right, because his
particularly when forming more
bravery,
complex
I will
ideas.
reward
At
him
times, the
another
responses
additional
could be
point,
more structured
which is
to improve the flow of speech. Expanding on points with more detailed examples would enhance coherence. Lexical resource, band 5.5. Strength, Tom used a range of vocabulary to express his ideas, especially when talking about topics like community health and comparing past and present behaviors. He showed an understanding of both everyday and more formal vocabulary. Areas to improve. There is room for more varied and precise word choices to increase the range of vocabulary. Some repetition of words and phrases could be avoided by using synonyms or more specific terms. Introducing higher level vocabulary would also help boost this score. Grammatical range and accuracy. Band 5.0. Strength. Basic grammar structures were used correctly, and Tom was able to communicate his ideas clearly without significant misunderstanding. Areas to improve. There were a few errors in sentence structure, such as subject-verb agreement and some awkward phrasing. Using a wider range of grammatical.
No, I mean, like his improvement has shown an effort in practicing and I mean, like have exposure to the language. But you see his improvement, right? Before he was band four, band 4 or 5, right? But now I can confidently give him band 6 in speaking. All right, congratulations. Okay, so yeah, his effort is worthy. Dễ buồn. Okay, so that's the end of the today live stream experiment, and see you guys very soon. Goodbye. All right, okay. No. He will be without food. All right, I've done with experiment. Okay. Đi buồn.